happenings in Liberia and the world of life.
Hello, Gilly, Pa. My name is Greg Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you.
Pleasant good morning to you, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from, and welcome officially to Focal Online TV, where we bring to you innovation to broadcasting. Don't forget, Focal Online TV expresses her compliments of the season. We say happy new year to all of you, happy prosperous new year to all of you. It's our prayer that the good Lord will take care of us during this year of 2024. So if you are watching us live right now, we encourage you to kindly share our live stream. We encourage you to make use of our comment section, where we can interact with our viewers and we can notify all of our viewers. Happy new year to you folks. It wasn't an easy thing yesterday on the road. I mean, the streets were clear, and that's one thing I noticed. The streets was not really packed like Christmas Day, but the street was very clear, and you had people who were home with their family as well, sending out messages. And I did not see a lot of children in the street yesterday, no, especially in the evening hours. People were home, so we did not get any news that someone left or someone was struck or someone body part cut off. Thanks be to God that we are all together and we are all healthy to be here today. So we'll quickly look at our news for today. We have the Daily Observer newspaper, we have New Down newspaper, we have Front Page Africa, and of course, lastly, we have the Hot Pepper newspaper as well. So please stay with me as I bring to you these important information from our newsroom. We'll take a short break. When we get back, I fill you in directly from the Daily Observer. Okay, folks, welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media, here with your presenter. My name is Greg Par, and I serve as a new presenter here this morning. Please don't forget to share our live stream, make use of our comment section, tell us how you spend your your new year yesterday. We will really, really appreciate that. And we also want to encourage you to kind of follow Focal Online TV. So let's take a short break because of some technical problems, and I'll be right back.
Focal TV, bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the
Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside Your Print Media. And of course, my name is Redfina Korespar, and I am your news presenter here this morning. So, we have in our comment section, we have someone who has been joining us for a very long time, who have been following Focal Online TV. His name is Ture Abdul. He's watching us from Sierra Leone, and he's saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Ture. It's our prayer that we will all see another year again called 2025. So make use of our comment section, kindly follow and share our live stream because this is how we inform you about things relating to Liberia and the world at large. So let's move quickly into our news for today. We have from the Daily Observer newspaper, President-elect Bwaka expresses condolences to the families of bereaved in Bong County. President-elect Joseph Yumambwaka expresses condolences to the families of bereaved in Bon County. President-elect Joseph Yuman Boakai has expressed shock and disbelief in the tragic loss of lives on Totota Highway when a tanker conveying thousands of gallons of gasoline exploded, killing scores and injuring many others in one of the worst disasters in recent times in Liberia. President-elect Bouaka noted that the entire nation is saddened by the accident and is calling on the government to speedily investigate circumstances surrounding the incident in a bid to prevent the recurrence or the reoccurrence, of such in the future. I believe there is need for massive safety awareness on transportation, sale, and storage of flammable substance, including gasoline, he pointed out. This disaster has brought into question the open sale of gasoline in containers and the careless way these substances are managed by those doing businesses in the petroleum sector. The president elect noted, adding that this brings forth the need for government to ensure that vehicles conveying such hazardous liquid are roadworthy. He further called on the Liberia National Fire Service and the Liberia National Police to design public safety and awareness programs to educate the citizens on the dangers of gasoline and its explosive nature. We express our deepest condolences to the bereaved families, the people of Bond County for the loss sustained, and pray that the Almighty will give them peace, he concluded. So if you watch the trend of our president-elect, Joseph Yuman Boaka, he always conclude with something about God. That's one thing I admire from all of his messages he present out. And then another thing is he sometimes he identify with the family and sometimes give a remedy that will bring betterment, that will bring improvement, so that things that have happened will not happen again. I mean, this is a man called president. Yes. So this is a message from our president elect, Joseph Yuma Boaka. And again, we have come to say sorry to the Bereaved family as well as a media institution. It's our prayer that those who are on a medical concern will get healed speedily and that they will be able to move on with their lives. Some of them are family heads. Some of them don't even have the opportunity to, I mean, support himself without going out there and hustling. So I mean, you just imagine you get up in the morning, going hustle, and then you find yourself in that situation. It's kind of dramatic how your children will eat. Imagine how their children spend the holiday, that is the new year, how they celebrated it. It wasn't here seeing your father or seeing your mother being involved in a serious explosion is not something easy. So if you have the hand to help those who are in that situation, you can help them. I think they are all stationed and on a medical care at the JFK. So you can go there if you are a humanitarian and you are watching this platform. You can go there and help them too. The hospital spoke about it and they are encouraging others to also join them as they help these victims who have been in the fire incident. So we have again Francis Yele. Congratulations! I'm watching you from a little corner in Ethiopia. Thanks to you, Francis, for joining us this morning, and I appreciate you, my friend and brother, big brother. Shout out to you. Happy New Year to you there and the entire family. So, of course, we now move over to another headline. Women struggle for elective office amid sexism. So, Woki Dolo still vividly remembers the early morning call when she learned that a picture of her smoking a cigar had gone viral on Facebook. It was accompanied by several degrading and sexist comments. This all happened at the height of her campaign for a seat in the House of Representatives. The picture had been posted by one of her opponents. I remember a candidate posted my picture when I had a cigar saying, "Is this the person that you want your children to follow?" Dolo says. A former model in Miss Liberia, Dolo says she was bullied and harassed on social media. Dolo's case is not unique to her. This year, as Liberia held its presidential and legislative elections, other women candidates reported similar experiences. This treatment of women candidates comes at a time when women make up a low percentage of candidates for elective office. In the just concluded election, out of 1,030 representative candidates, 152 were women, according to the National Election Commission (NEC). Of this number, 22% registered as independent candidates. Out of 100 senatorial candidates, 7 were women. In 2006, Liberia elected Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as the first women president in Liberia. Women's rights advocates and activists who have spent decades advocating for women's advancement in politics were jubilant. But 17 years later, the number of women seated in elective office is still low. Liberia has one of the lowest levels of representation of women in elective office in the world, according to World Bank 2022 data. Just 11% of the seat is the legislature are held by women. Anthony Momombadi Nadine Joa, an attorney who heads the Organization for Women and Children, says women are bullied on social media because their opponents want to discourage them from politics. We saw the instance where a certain woman who was very prominent on Facebook got into politics. We saw how people took her picture and put it online to shame her. Joa says social media bullying of women candidates is a form of political violence. According to an agreement between the National Election Commission and the political parties. On social media, women candidates are often judged and criticized not based on their intellectual ability, but on what they wear in their private lives. So these are all comments from former representative who was not elected, Woki Dolo. She talked about how women struggle in being elected, in being elected into office, political offices, and she talks about how people bully and sometimes they use political. they use people personal affairs into their political reign. So she talks about it and also talk about the skill of women participation into politics in the House of Legislature. And of course, Liberia is one of the lowest range when it comes to women involvement in political seats or in political affairs. So of course, let's move over to another one. Rule of law at stake because of poverty. Rule of law at stake because of poverty. This is from the New Time newspaper. Ex-Chief Justice Johnson Allison says rule of law at stake because of poverty. Liberia former Chief Justice Councillor Francis Johnson Allison says the rule of law in Liberia is at stake due to extreme poverty. Councillor Johnson Allison spoke to this paper in an interview following a guilty verdict brought against former Liberian Chief Justice Gloria Musu Scott, and three members of her family were tried for murder and other crimes. The juror panel, except one of its members, decided that the accused were guilty of the murder of Shala Musu, daughter of Councillor Scott. But Councillor Johnson Allison said she was very disappointed in the jurors' verdict, lamenting their alleged failure to properly examine the facts and evidence presented. She pointed out that Liberia's justice system is seriously challenged and all that is happening is due to poverty. She noted that people who have no means of income are jurors, lamenting that this is a challenge of the rule of law. I am very, very disappointed in the jurors' decision to admit to me their minds were already made and instructed to do as to what they do because they didn't examine any facts, she said. Because we pointed out everything, but this is what poverty does. In our country, when people are poor and don't have any kind of serious economic means to survive, they will do this. So, the rule of law is at stake because of poverty, Councillor Johnson Allison noted. After over 5 months of trial, she said it is so disappointing that someone will go in the room to deliberate on a verdict and in less than 30 minutes they come out with a guilty verdict. She alleged that it is obvious that they were allegedly programmed and tempered. She stated that there were other Liberians, including former President Tubman's son, Richard Tubman, who was killed at home without a break-in. She suggested that someone cannot say the accused were brought down guilty because there was no sign of a break-in at Councillor Scott's residence. It is not because of jurors' ruling didn't come. It is not because the jurors' ruling didn't come in my favor, for which I am talking this way, but the evidence, she noted. All the different inconsistencies and contradictions pointed out were not looked at. Under the law, the less doubt, called reasonable doubt, the defendants will be entitled to an acquittal, and there were many reasonable doubts in the case, and those people didn't take notice of them, Councillor Johnson Allison stated. She lamented that the government just wanted to prove from this case that it is tough on crimes. Meanwhile, Councillor Johnson Allison says she believes in the Supreme Court legal minds who are sitting at the court. I believe in the legal minds that are sitting up there. They are not like jurors who are lay people. I am convinced that the verdict will not stand before them. It will not be sustained, she noted. I am convinced that the jurors were tampered with. In fact, we reported to the court that the Solicitor General tried to infiltrate the jurors. Investigation was conducted and he said he did it. How sure we were that they didn't succeed, she noted. Wow. This is interesting, and this is from the Newtown newspaper as Councillor Francis Johnson Allison spoke about the issue concerning Gloria Musu Scott, the former Chief Justice. And of course, you know, Francis Johnson Allison, Councillor, is a former Chief Justice of our country as well. So we move quickly to the front page African newspaper. President nomination unconstitutional. Senator weighed in on nomination of Justice Minister Dean to Supreme Court bench. Senator Milton TJ of Sano County and Prince White Johnson of Nema County have warned against any decision from the Senate that will conduct confirmation proceedings for President George Weah nominee Frank Musa Dean as justice on the bench of the Supreme Court of Liberia. President George Weah recently nominated his 6-year justice minister for confirmation by the Liberian Senate as justice on the bench of Supreme Court of Liberia. If confirmed, he will replace Justice Joseph Nangwe, who has asked for early retirement due to his unstable health condition. In their separate ways, they stated their opinions on why and why not in a communication to the pro tempore of the Liberian Senate. Abuchi Senator TJ has asked the senator to hold a confirmation of the nominee because, according to him, the current Associate Justice Joseph Nangwe has resigned voluntarily, accepted his position in keeping with the Constitution. Folks, let's take a short break. When we get back, we conclude on our news presentation for today. Don't forget, my name is Rekfina Courage Power, and I wish you a happy, prosperous new year. Thanks for joining us, and I'll be right back.
Hello, dear. My name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information. Hello, dear. My name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon Toba. My name is Rekfina Courage Power. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out Liberian with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from
Okay, welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media, here with your news presenter, Rekfina Courage Power. Don't forget, today is January 2nd, 2023, and we wish you a prosperous new year for and on behalf of all of the staff of Focal Online TV. This new year, we encourage you to do what is right and continue to press forward. Do what is right and continue to press forward. These are the messages from our newsroom to you this morning and your family. If you are celebrating
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep focal.